I'm quite dramatically late, aren't I? I've got the noisy coat on again. Soz. This will be brief because the film I went to see tonight is Parasite. And I've got tons of stuff I could say about it, but I'm not going to say very much. And that's because when you go to see this film, or when you watch this film in future, the less you know about it going in, the better. So I'm really glad that I knew very little. So this is what it's okay to know. In Korea, South Korea, there is a very clear divide between rich and poor, and families without money, like really struggling, live in these really awful sub-basement apartments. They're below street level, they've got bug problems, they've got people peeing up against their windows, drunks, peeing where they feel like. And it's really not a nice situation to be in. And then those with money have everything. They have light and space and beautiful green lawns and, just everything that the poor people don't. So a young boy, not a young boy, but a sort of a young lad, say early 20s, late teens, early 20s, is tipped off by his friend that there's a teaching job going, tutoring the daughter of a wealthy family. So the mate has been doing the tutoring, he's going away travelling, he says to his friend, hey, why don't you take over? It's a good gig. That's it. And that's all I'm going to tell you. What I will tell you is that it is a fantastic film. I feel... that's better. I felt like I was really low down, like I was sat in a hole. It's a phenomenal film. Like, it's a really seriously impressive piece of filmmaking. And I'm so happy that director Bong won this won the Oscar for Best Picture, because... Did he win Best Picture? Yeah, won Best Picture, didn't it? Did he win Best Director? I'm doubting myself now. Maybe, maybe not. I don't really hold much stock in the Oscars. I used to. I don't now. It's a popularity contest. It's political. Yeah. I don't think... Excuse me. I don't think it says much. It's interesting, it's a spectacle, but I don't really live and die by what wins what anymore. Having said that, it was a huge deal that Parasite got Best Picture, and as a result, a lot more people will see it. Now, prior to it winning the Oscar, it wasn't showing locally to me because my local Odeon is only 8 screens and it tends to show quite mainstream stuff. I mean, that's not entirely fair, it does show foreign language stuff, but it wasn't showing Parasite until it won Best Picture, and then they found some space to show it, which is great because I didn't think I was going to get the chance to see it in the cinema, and I did, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a foreign language film in the cinema. I used to watch quite a lot of Asian horror films, and also Guillermo del Toro stuff in Spanish, but I haven't really done that for a few years, so it was quite nice to get back to watching something not in the English language. I know some people are put off by subtitles. I'm not. I find it more engrossing and engaging. I'd always rather read subtitles than watch a film that's dubbed, because I just think that ends up being unintentionally comical. But this is beautifully shot. It's very tense. It's funny in places. It's great because it's really difficult to pin down to one particular genre. There's quite a lot going on in there, and I did laugh and I did gasp and I did hide my face and I did, it was a real experience to see it. The performances are all good. Like I say, it's really well shot. You don't know what's coming, so it has quite a lot of twists and turns, and it was just a really, really, really good film. Like, really good. Like, contender for my favourite I've seen this year type of vibe. So give it a chance. If it's playing locally to you, go and give it a watch. If not, when it comes around to rent or to buy or whatever, even if you've never watched a foreign language film before, make this your first one. Why not? The friend of mine that I went with tonight thinks he's pretty sure he's never seen a film with subtitles before. And what a place to start with a bit of Korean cinema. So big up director Bong. A huge bravo to all involved. It is a stunning piece of filmmaking. No doubt there will be an American remake. I'm 99% sure if it happens it'll be awful, and I'm very, very glad that I saw the original, because it is just that. It is a very original film, and it gets a huge thumbs up from me. So that's it. Go and see Parasite. Try not to know anything about it. Don't read any reviews with spoilers. Don't chat to people who have seen it. Just, if you're intrigued, if you're curious, if you fancy something completely different, go and see Parasite. It was superb. Okay, that's it from me. Katie out.